So here's a cheat code that I want to give all of you guys who are watching this video about people who look below 5 out of 10. As in average looking people to ugly looking people. By the way, I'm not saying there are ugly people, but you get what I mean, right? In terms of scaling, for people who believe they are ugly and for people who believe they are averages, 5 to below out of 10. Here's a cheat code that I developed myself, and I've made some investigations on it. I've created a thesis and I've gathered evidence around it, right? So I want you guys to check this out, right? One thing that makes people 10 times more attractive, especially for people who might seem or who believe they are average looking people or ugly looking people, right? And one cheat code that I've developed and I've observed and I've made a conclusion with is, number one, a person who's doing something they're passionate about. That in its turn makes someone 10 times cooler, 10 times beautiful, and it increases their aura exponentially, like spontaneously, bro, if that's the word. So doing something you love, doing something you're passionate about, and really being involved in doing it, whether it's music, whether it's dancing, whether it's whatever, but doing something that is your passion makes you 10 times better looking and better cool-spirited, if you know what I mean. That's number one. Number two, focus. There's nothing more attractive on this world than someone who's focused on whatever they are doing. Concentration, focus, tunnel vision. Why do I say concentration? Because a person who's concentrating on whatever they're doing, who's well focused on whatever they're doing, doesn't let any external distractions or any distractions whatsoever seep into their mind and disturb whatever the progress they have going on, right? For the fact that they're able to put on that tunnel for their vision and focus on one thing means they save their time, they save their energy from doing other useless things. Because one major thing that people are not so well aware of that degrades the quality of a human being is taking your precious energy and time and devoting it to something as useless as gossiping, bad-mouthing other people, trolling on the internet, starting disses, starting beefs. All of those negative things, doing all of that degrades your quality as a person. And when I talk about degrading your quality as a person, I'm taking it from an observant point of view. When I look at a person who's doing all of that useless garbage, it automatically in my mind registers that person as a degraded human being in terms of quality of being a human, right? So that's number two. Focusing, right? Number three and last is doing something and enjoying it. I think enjoying something highlights both concentration and just doing something you love. If you learn to enjoy anything that you are doing, it shows. There's so much to detect and to realize about a person who's forced to do something, someone who is entitled to do something, and someone who is just enjoying something. Because let me tell you the cheat code about enjoying anything and tricking your mind into enjoying anything, right? If you're forced to do something and you leave it at just being forced, it's going to be one hell of a journey or duty, whatever you're supposed to be doing, if you leave it at just being forced, right? But a cheat code to turn that into something more nicer is if you're forced to do something, trick your mind into enjoying it. That way, it will reflect externally with your body and how you look, facial features, that this person has chosen to enjoy this, whatever he or she is doing. See, that's another thing that's so cool about enjoying things. It's a choice. Being forced, yeah, that's external. We don't really have that much control over being forced. It could be circumstances, it could be people, it could be our situations in our lives. But being forced is an external thing. We don't really have that much control over. We do have a bit of control, but not that much of it, right? So being forced or being compelled to do something, but choosing to enjoy it, you automatically remove all of that negative energy of being forced to do something. Now it is, you take its power away from it. You take the power away from a situation when you choose to enjoy it, right? Like when your parents tell you to do something, maybe like washing the dishes. I don't like washing the dishes, honestly. So when my parents tell me to wash the dishes and I leave it at just my parents told me to wash the dishes, it's going to be one hell of a job to do, right? And I'm probably going to end up continuing to draw that hatred of washing dishes. But when you trick your mind into enjoying the washing the dishes, This is where the cheat code now comes into play, right? So the highlight of it, the cheat to all of everything in life, is to trick your mind into enjoying it. And the 3 other things that I mentioned: doing something you're passionate about, focusing, and enjoying whatever you're doing, makes you 10 times cooler. Because you can do some of the wackest things ever, some of the dumbest stuff ever. But when you're focused and you put passion into it and you enjoy it, it becomes 10 times cooler. You know, this is where a lot of people make a joke about this, né? How some usually it's surrounded around light-skinned guys, the kind of guys, né? When like niggas trip and they try to make it look cool. I think you guys know that meme, né? You know those jokes when guys try to make everything look cool, né? If you trip but you are able to focus on the tripping, if it makes sense, if you're able to focus on the tripping and you are able to, I don't know how you can enjoy tripping and almost falling, but if you just enjoy life on its own, after you trip, you won't feel like this is such an embarrassing moment. You will draw another kind of message from whatever is happening, that life is on its own about tripping and falling, but it's also important that you stand up. Right? This is where you draw people who have the most positive of energy. Regardless of whatever is happening in their life, they choose their attitude, and their attitude is to always remain positive about anything. Right? This is what happens now when you choose to enjoy anything, including life, because life kicks us all in the behind. Ne? But attitude will get you far. Don't get me wrong, this is not a motivational video. This is just a cheat code for people who don't have that much self-esteem to believe they are beautiful people, they are cool-looking people, and they're awesome human beings, who believe they're just average and below, right? You're not average and below. Even if you do believe you're average and below, that is your own problem, right? And as one of the people who used to believe I'm a 5 out of 10, I still believe I'm a 5 out of 10, because there are certain things I haven't been doing in my own life that I know I should be doing, that I know that I have power to be doing, and I'm not doing, which is why I put myself at 5 out of 10. I'm 50-50. I have the ability to take myself down, to degrade myself, and I have the power to uplift myself and to empower myself. So I'm currently at 5, right? So for the people who believe they are ugly, this is a cheat code for you. Don't focus on being beautiful, nigga. Don't focus on the wrong things, especially if you are a nigga. Don't focus on being cute. We as guys don't have that time to be looking cute, right? Which is why I made this video with my hair looking like this. Because I don't have time to be looking cute. And you don't have time to be looking cute. If you want to be cute, this is just me advising you. Go get a haircut, go to the gym. Go to the gym. Bulk up if you want to bulk up. Eat all of that protein. I don't recommend steroids, but go to the gym. Do something, right? But as guys, it's not our thing to go out trying to look pretty, doing our nails. I see this common trend nowadays where guys are painting their nails, and the most gayest of responses to them painting their nails is, it's a form of self-expression. What? That is the most gayest thing I've ever heard any guy say, that they paint their nails because it's a form of self-expression. How gay. But anyway, that's not where I am. This is just me sharing with you guys a cheat code for people who believe they are average or ugly. Do what you may with this.